Welcome. Let us look at the richest countries in the world. Have you ever thought about the richest countries in the world? What countries come to your mind? And do small countries ever come to your mind? Because you'd be surprised that most of the richest countries are actually the smallest countries, like Luxembourg, Singapore, Qatar, and Hong Kong. And because they benefit from having sophisticated financial sectors and tax regime that helps attract foreign investment and professional talent. How do you know a country is rich? We are going to look at gross domestic product (GDP), which measures the values of all goods and services that are provided in a particular nation. Then we divide that output by the number of full-time residents to determine how poor or rich that country is. So let's get to it. Coming at number 10, Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark has a modern and international competitive service-based economy, which also means that during pandemic, both households and public finances were less impacted in comparison to nations relying heavily on manufacturing activities, tourism, and petroleum product export. The country has a population of 5.8 million residents and has GDP per capita that is close to 60,000 US dollars. Number 9. Hong Kong SAR. Hong Kong is a former British colony that is a special administrative region of China and is a gateway to the mainland and Asia's top financial center. The economy of Hong Kong is characterized by low taxation and no capital gains or inheritance levies, no tariffs on the importation or export of goods, and full ownership of their business for foreigners with no citizenship, residency, or nationality requirements. Hong Kong has about 9,000 people who have a net worth of more than $30 million. Number 8. Brunei. Brunei is a very tiny country that is located in Asia and has two distinct sections surrounded by Malaysia and South China Sea. It is known for its beaches and biodiverse rainforest. Number 7. The United States. United States is not a small country, it is one of the largest countries in the world. The country has a GDP of 63,000 US dollars. United States is a country of 50 states covering a vast swath of North America, with Alaska in the northwest and Hawaii extending the nation's presence into the Pacific Ocean. Number 6. Norway, that has a GDP capita of 65,000 US dollars. After discovery of large offshore reserves in the 1960s, Norway's economy has been fueled by oil. As Western Europe's top petroleum producer, the country has benefited for decades from rising prices. Number 5. Switzerland, with a GDP per capita of 72,000 US dollars. Switzerland is a mountainous European country and home to numerous lakes, villages, and the high peaks of the Alps. Switzerland uses Swiss franc as their currency and has a population of 8.5 million people. Number 4. Qatar. Qatar has a GDP per capita of 93,000 US dollars. Qatar was previously the richest country in the world, but it has already been surpassed due to crisis. Oil prices have dramatically declined since mid-2010s. The GDP per capita of a Qatari citizen was over $143,000 in 2014. Today, the country's oil, gas, petrochemical reserves are so large and its population so small. Qatar has 2.8 million residents, with most of them being foreign workers. Number 3. Ireland. Ireland has a GDP per capita of 94,000 US dollars. Where the rest of Europe was facing all sorts of uncertainties with Brexit, trade tension with the US, refugee and migrant crisis, to name a few, the Irish economy kept humming along. In 2019, where the Eurozone grew only by 1.2%, it expanded by over 5.9%. Number 2. Singapore, with a GDP per capita of 97,000 US dollars. The question that many people ask is, how did Singapore become so prosperous? When the city-states became independent in 1965, one half of its population was illiterate. With virtually no natural resources, Singapore put itself by its bootstrap through hard work and smart policy, becoming one of the most business-friendly places in the world. Singapore has a population of about 625,000 people and has plenty to offer, both to its tourists and its citizens. Number 1. Luxembourg. Luxembourg has beautiful castles in countryside and has very unique cultural festivals or gastronomic specialties. Luxembourg has a GDP per capita of 118,000 US dollars. Luxembourg uses a large share of its wealth to deliver better housing, healthcare, and education to its people, who by far enjoy the highest standard of living in the Eurozone. Thank you so much for watching Anthony's 10. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss another exciting video.